Inoue is the single most horrible person in Bleach. I don't mean in terms of power, even going up against Espada. Her barrier can take one attack before, well, everything breaks, and she can destroy time to heal her friends. But she also heals her enemies, which is what I cannot stand about this character. If anyone wants to about me being unreasonable, again, Inoue is not useless, but she becomes a liability because of her choices as a person, not from her power. By far, her abilities are the most mind-boggling, but one person cannot keep this mantle of princess who is liked by everybody after what horrible things they've caused to happen. I'll begin by showing how annoying she is by bringing up Aizen. Aizen is by far one of the most worshipped villains as a, genius, and yet, the one time I thought that he would surprise me the most, he bores me. He has Okura find Orihime and blackmail her, while also giving her time to say goodbye to her loved one person, one last guy, one last girl to say goodbye to. Now that plan sounds stupid. Who would give their prisoner time in the human world and just leave to another dimension? If I was in that situation, I would, wait, Orihime, what the hell are you doing? Go tell someone that you're being blackmailed. Tell them that you're being looked after, like you're being attacked. Stop saying goodbye. Why the hell are you crying? Just like that, Orihime just leaves. This is the plan of someone so smart they fooled their entire world into believing that they were charming and nice, only to backstab them later. But we can't only blame Aizen for how stupid this plan is. I blame Orihime more because, as you've heard from me just now, she could have just stayed home. Were Okura to show up and come pick her up, he may be surprised to find an army of Reapers waiting to kill him. This might not work, but the fact that Orihime would at least tell her friends shows she's smart enough to do something as simple as ask for help. She only made things worse by leaving and thus worsening Ichigo's mental state, only to have him go to Hueco have his body broken, tattered, ripped to shreds, and be near death, all for this dumb who couldn't do something as basic as ask for help. Seriously, come on. Now, Tetsuya's vision for this character must have been the goody two-shoes, the saint, or just a nice girl. A girl so nice that she asks a bully if they're okay right after being hurt by them. This backfires when you see her do things such as heal an enemy after being told to do so by the leader of a terrorist group, as if she wasn't helping a terrorist group. The thing that would have made Inoue much more likable and selfless and saint-like would be to refuse to do this, to refuse to treat Grimmjow and ask for death. In the event that she is killed or is tortured, which by that point I was really happy to accept that, that was her fate. It kind of sucked that didn't happen, but anyway, that would further the plot by showing the remains of her corpse to her friends when they eventually find her. Her inability to say yes to such a demand and just say no, f you, and not help the enemy makes her look much more badass and nice, but Inoue simply stays locked in a castle as if she was helping her friends by doing so, and then she's surprised when they come looking for her. Like, that's not all their characters are about, just helping out a friend. Ichigo went to Soul Society all for Rukia. I don't know why she was so surprised by this. Upon being brought to the Arrancar and kept prisoner there's a particular person obsessed with the idea of killing her due to Inoue hogging attention from Aizen. Not only does this demean the IQ of the character doing this to Orihime, ironically, it also demeans us and our IQ and shows another horrible side of Inoue, her naivete. In most cases, a character goes from naive to someone who can keep their caring side but be ready to fight when needed. Orihime goes from ditzy and cute to naive, and she heals the same people who attempt to murder her. Twice. My blood boiled so much I almost punched my screen at this scene. Who in their right mind does this when a friend is fighting for them with their life on the line? For all she knows, that woman could have killed her and then proceeded to almost kill Ichigo later when he's defenseless at some point. The show, however, makes the bully turn into a protector, because that makes so much more sense. And when someone tries to kill you, you don't show mercy. For example, take someone like Nia from Gurren Lagann. Very, very random, but they fit well. When she learned she's been disregarded by her father and was almost killed by someone she thought she could trust, she chose to rely on the people who fed her and took care of her. And after learning of her true identity, and even though they were aware that she was the daughter of their enemy, they all band together and save her because they understand the feeling of being screwed over. She's just a nice girl who was dealt a bad hand. And after all of this, Nia is able to confidently kill her father by helping Simon do so, despite being told that she was one of the many princesses that the king had discarded before. This is a powerful message. Inoue makes me want to kill her when she tries to care for someone who tried to abuse her not only once, but twice. That's just dumb. Oh shit, Ichigo's actually going crazy. Oh my god, yeah, this is the scene that everyone was waiting for. Oh god, I've seen it like so many times. People keep talking about how awesome Vastalore form is. Actually, wait. It feels empty, actually. this scene kind of feels empty. The reason why, well, Ichigo going Hollow or Vasta Lorde or whatever this form is supposed to be called should be hyping me up. But my smile faded almost immediately when watching this for one reason. The reason he got this form was by clawing at life after hearing the cries of Orihime, the same girl who, upon feeling Ryatsu strong enough to crush her, chose to go to the fight and become a liability. Imagine this. You are about to die. You've done so much. You've been beaten again and again. But the thing you start to hear is the voice of a woman you've been trying to save beg for your help when you're at death's door once again. Orihime begs for Ichigo's help even though she should be helping him. She came to help. She came to be useful. She came to be supportive. And instead she begs for his help once again, even though this was about her growing. This moment was what set me on making this video. Ichigo is by far one of the most respected characters. I believe so because of this scene, not because he overcame his limits or reached a new level of power, but because despite everything he's gone through, he's willing to get back up for a friend who wouldn't stop whining and especially after she is the reason this is all happening. The Hueco Mundo arc wouldn't have happened this way if Inoue just stayed at home or tried to, like in any way. She gave up so easily. Rukia almost died coming after her because she just couldn't ask for help. I'm supposed to feel bad for a character who dragged her friends into the depths of despair and near death over and over again because she's too nice. How would you feel about being in Ichigo's place? I know I would be mad as hell. He hasn't gotten a break. Hasn't he done enough? Hasn't he done too much? Apparently it's not over until Inoue can stop saying Kurosaki-kun. By the way, I had to listen to her say that name over and over and over in that irritating same voice. She sounds like Sakura. I wanted to pop my eardrums at that point, but I'm going to try to stay professional and move on to the fourth reason. Well, not much a reason, just one of the last things that I wanted to point out, something that I hate seeing. That is Ulquiorra and how people ship Ulquiorra and Orihime. Not in one instance is there a moment for the two to care about each other or just talk nice to each other. Ulquiorra is such an asshole, he suggested ripping out her heart on a whim. This is why people don't like anime fans. I'm already annoyed from seeing people, some idiots ship Deku and All Might, but I have to see people ship an abuser and an abuse because it's hot. He's emo and she has big boobs. The fact that people are actively cheering for shit like this is so disgusting that it just boggles the mind, but it's masked by the fact that they're drawn and not real. But the intent behind someone shipping them legitimately scares me because, well, someone thought it was a good idea to put someone who was mentally abused to get with their abuser. Get some fucking help. Fifth, and yeah, last thing. The idea of Ichigo and Orihime being coupled baffles me. Tell me one moment where the two have sat down and just talked. I'm not going to give you a moment actually because there is nothing you can say because there are no moments like that. Nothing about these two is compatible, but I'm going to say that Ichigo shouldn't be with Rukia either. Not only is she thousands of years old, that's weird, she's more of a motivator and an actual friend than a love interest. I think people forget that Tatsuki was one who helped Ichigo from bullies. Tatsuki is the one who had to tell Orihime that Ichigo was quiet on a particular day because it was the day of his mother's death. The female lead, love interest, didn't even inquire about Ichigo losing his mother. Tatsuki is relegated to being Inoue's friend so much that her and Ichigo's friendship is never fleshed out enough to actually become something more. I can believe those two ended up together, definitely, but I cannot believe that Ichigo thinks of Inoue as nothing more than just a girl at school. The two have nothing at all in common, no connections or likes. Ichigo and Tatsuki are so similar that Tatsuki could literally be like a female Ichigo. If she was given more screen time, Tatsuki should have gotten spiritual abilities, not Orihime. It doesn't even make sense that Orihime gets anything, honestly. Okay, Sado got his powers and Orihime got her powers from Ichigo. You can guess that this is due to some fact that Ichigo knows Chad and considers him a very close friend, but even Ichigo and Chad's relationship is never fully fleshed out at all. Their backstory together makes me believe that they could be like best friends, but Tite never lets them genuinely interact outside of fighting people after their little flashback together. Tatsuki sticks to Inoue like a guardian angel and almost acts like her and Ichigo's friendship never happened. She becomes the typical best friend in an anime. This disgusts me. Bleach is an amazing show, for sure. The things they explore, especially during Ichigo's time as a Soul Reaper, are things that legit made me cry, which was surprising because these trauma-inducing things are not talked about as much as the fights. But why couldn't this writing just be used for the earlier episodes to be used in the Arrancar arc to make me care, to make us care? When Chad gets hurt, I almost don't care. For one, I know he's not gonna die. I've seen spoilers. But also, he's left emotionless most of the time. I don't even care if Ichigo dies because nothing aside from his struggling with his powers is pointed out about his life. Ichigo got his powers from trying to protect his family. Yuzu, Kari, and Ishin are barely talked about or even used as an anchor for Ichigo. I cannot care about him chasing after a girl dumb enough to throw herself at enemies. God. That is all I have to say. After this rant, I can somewhat kind of calm down. Don't worry, I will still do the Bleach series, but you better believe I'm going to change a lot of things. I know I got you mad, but I just can't handle that level of crap. I don't even want to know why you disagree. Honestly, I don't want to know why some people disagree. Someone is going to. I just want to let it be known why I will be changing the what if the way it will be when it comes out. I'm just warning y'all. Because, oh my god, I've been traumatized by Inoue and her shit. But I hope you enjoyed my take on this. You can still put down why you disagree with me on some parts if you want. We can talk about it in the comments too. No one is perfect. Alright, this is Prince from the future. I just want to end this video off by saying that I still will kind of hate Inoue a little bit. But I've read the manga, and honestly, she's much better there. The fact that she can block any of you all's attacks at all is impressive as hell. You know, that's the power of a literal god against you, so I'm gonna give her that. But you know, she pissed me off during the Reiko Mundo and the Rancor really hard, so yeah. That's like my thing right there. So I'm gonna keep that. But she has gotten better. I still don't think they should end up together, but it is what it is. Alright, I'm gonna see y'all later. Hope you enjoyed the rant. I really do these nowadays, so peace. I'm gone.